Hello and welcome to this episode, which is all about the Ailanthus altissima, so called tree of heaven, and it's really not. A little bit of context and history first. The Ailanthus altissima, tree of heaven, was first brought over to Italy in 1740s when a priest brought it over by accident, thinking it was a good thing to have. It is now one of the most invasive species globally. It's gone everywhere except for Antarctica. And it grows very, very tall. It sheds millions of seeds a year. And the worst thing of all is its root system, where it travels and goes underground by root, but then has root suckers that come up. So it colonises huge areas of uncultivated land, including ancient monuments and buildings, alongside railways, alongside the roads. You see it everywhere you go, and it's really difficult to get rid of. One of the more concerning elements of the tree of heaven is that it can alter native plant species around it. So it gives off a toxin and an awfully horrible scent when it's touched, but that can also alter the biodiversity and plants growth within the area that it is. And it also it is quite alien to native insect life as well and wildlife. So it tends to attract the non-native species in its tree. The height can reach a height of 70 to 100 feet. So if you imagine these up there somewhere, shedding millions of seeds every year, honestly, it wouldn't take long for this whole stretch of rockland to become a tree of hell paradise, I call it. And that makes it really difficult as well to get rid of. So what Pete and I have found is that when we try and dig it up, you have to dry out the roots and burn the roots completely. It's a bit like couch grass, and if you leave any little bit of root, it will immediately take. So we've learned that just by trying to get rid of it. Because these are so small at the moment, because we keep cutting them back, the best way that we thought to show you how devastating this species can be is by going into our local town, San Vito dei Normani, where it has taken over a whole section opposite the cemetery. Right, we're in San Vito dei Normani, outside the cemetery, and this is a really good example of what would happen if we didn't try and get rid of our tree of hell on our land. So you can see that one's even popping up here. They've tried to cut it off, but all the way down here you've got the young growth, and these are the more established ones, and there's literally 24 in there, and they're very thick now at the base. They will have gone completely into the ground. You can see all the seed pods up there. Millions and millions of seeds get dropped and dispersed. So it's a really good example of how it's gone on for too long, and they're going to have difficulty getting rid of this one.
And I presume the seed pods are the brown.
The seed pods are the brown bits, yeah, and they will have dispersed. It goes all the way down the back there, Pete, all the way along the wall, because it grows in non-cultivated areas, so it grows into the rocks, grows into the base of this lot. I mean, you can't get it out without digging the whole thing up.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we're just walking along the cemetery wall here. There is a bit of traffic going past, so sorry about that. But you can see how they've got the sort of cemetery buildings on the right. And if you come down here, which isn't very pleasant, but to get a good close-up, you can get a feel of the problem that they've got on their hands now. And I should think the cemetery people have probably recognised the problem, because this will be going underneath the wall by now, and possibly coming up between these sort of small cemetery mausoleum family buildings that they have, and you can see it all there. They've tried to cut it back to no avail. It occurred to us that another example that we could show you of Tree of Heaven in situ doing its worst up against buildings was because somebody asked us to go around and looked at their land with a view to helping them with their olive harvest in October. And as we walked around the land, we were quite horrified to see the Tree of Heaven close to their building works. And from the short video clip, you can see just how many shoots and root suckers have actually come up. They're small, but they are going to have a real job to get on top of that.
We're just around somebody else's land having a look at their olive trees to see if it's worth doing. And we've noticed these two.
Not just these two, look at them all.
And you've all got all of them around here. These are massive Tree of Heavens, which will go underneath. And all the rhizomes are coming up round the corner here.
They are everywhere.
So they're completely infected and it's going everywhere on the floor here. And they're already over there as well.
Oh my God.
So there must be about a 7 or 8
They've got a colony.
meters, and they'll all be rhizomes off this main one here.
That is a big mother.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they cut it down because they didn't want to show them.
That's dreadful news. Sally first spotted this in May 22, so before we'd even moved out to La Bolla. She came down, I came down, don't know why I'm talking third person, sorry about that. I came down to the end of the land and went, oh, what a lovely plant, I've got a plant for free. And I took a picture of it, I identified it, and I went, ah, my God, this is bad news. So I came, and it was pretty much around here, came and cut it back to the base. And when we came out in October 22, so we moved out in September, October, Pete made it a priority to try and get as much of the root out as possible. And then again, so you've got some photos from October 22 here. Then you've got some photos again from October 2023, where Pete made a really, probably a more concerted effort, because we appreciated then how tricky the root system was to get down to the roots, and you've got photos of that right here. In September 2024 we had friends out, and Aaron and Pete had another go at trying to get the roots out, because all the way in between this was coming up and we were cutting it back. We don't have any photos from October 24, but then again in I think it was end of 24, beginning of 25, Sally bought some Roundup chemical and we cut the roots off and tried to inject it in. As you can see, that hasn't worked. So today we are going to attack this again by removing all the stones and trying to get down to the roots again.
One of the things that we did when we dug the roots out on several occasions is right here I had one of our designated bonfire areas, and I put the roots out, and things dry really well here because it's so blasted hot, and I thought I'd dried them out. When we tried to burn it, it doesn't burn. It just sorts of smoulders. Yeah, it stinks and smoulders, and it's just horrendous. It doesn't actually burn. You can't kill it. It doesn't burn. You've got to dig it out. Anyway, we found this little plant here, right here next to our lavenders, and I think that the bonfire area was about here, and I reckon that's a little bit of the burnt charred root that's gone into it by there, because otherwise the root structure would have to go over there, and that's probably about 8 meters away.
You'd probably get more root suckers coming up in between, wouldn't you?
You get more root because there's 3 root suckers over there. You can see there's nothing in the line here, so I'm pretty sure that this one is from our failed attempt to burn this stuff. And when you burn it, honestly, the smell it gives off is horrendous. And it, you know, we dried it out for a couple of weeks and it still didn't burn, so not quite sure what we're going to do.
We're hoping that this is our quick win today,
yeah, we're hoping this is going to be the quick win, because that is not going to be a quick win. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little dig around here, trying to avoid some of the nice lavenders that are really quite happy here, and try and get this one out, and hopefully this one will be just one rooted thing, because if it isn't, I'm going to be really upset.
The footage you're about to see is us working on the end of the land to try and get the Tree of Heaven out, and even though we've condensed it, in reality we were out there with Pete doing most of the hard work for about 3 hours. Enjoy.
The only good thing is this smells nice. Right.
So what do you want me to do?
So that's going as so. Having a look at this, then this thing absolutely smells as you get close to it. Fortunately, we got the lavenders next to it. I'm just getting a small trowel out to see where the roots go, and it looks like
they were small like this last time I did it. Makes you think that they're on their own, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the lavender's nice. So what I'm going to do now, we've just discovered, we've just uncovered some of the root structures, and I've covered it this side. I'm going to go out with my, I call this my romantic spear. It's a hole digger. It takes you about an hour to dig a small hole around here because it's all hard. Right, Sal,
yeah.
I suggest you keep your hands out of the way for a sec. Right, it looks like it's right there, this bit here.
Is this root here?
No, no.
It is, Pete, that's rude. You've got to be really careful.
It's going underneath here.
Oh, there it goes.
Right, yeah, but I can see where it's going here.
Okay,
so what I'm going to do now is
I've got to make sure that see that root? Oh my God, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suckers coming off one bit of root.
Yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to physically dig this hole out.
Yeah.
Because it's going this way, there's the root there.
Okay. Okay.
There's another bit in there, I'm going to try and go a bit deeper.
Okay.
There's another bit there. After we've done this, Sally will bring the camera in and show you how far we've dug down to get this out. Oh, I'm getting attacked by the flies while I'm doing it.
Yeah, where's the bedrock when you need it?
I know. So, right here, so I have to go closer. Right here, we got the main nodule out here, which is attached to this, but we found this, which is going across in this direction. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to follow it this way and dig it out and see if this one goes all the way across here. I'll be very tempted to get a JCB in and dig that stuff out of the rocks.
Trouble with the JCB is it will fragment it into loads and loads of little bits. It's not. It wouldn't be able to discern between one and the other. I think you'd do more damage with the JCB.
Because this is the only place where we've got a decent amount. So, oh, Sally, look at this.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh. What's attached to?
That's the part of this.
Oh, you're nearly there then.
Yeah.
to go back and get it.
That's right. I'm not sure about this one here.
No, I'd leave that.
Because that feels different.
It might be the olive tree root.
Yeah.
So let's leave it and mark the spot, and if tree of heaven comes back up there, we'll know.
But that's got more roots underneath that.
Root.
Yeah.
That's a woodier one. This breaks far too easily.
Oh God, I'm hot.
Yeah.
We think this might have been one of the burnt bits, and it was all coming off this and came to the nodule over there. I've gone down about, that must be about 15 inches, 60 centimetres. Unfortunately, the rest of the land you go down 30 and it's bedrock. Of course, what happens here? It's deep soil. So I've got down to the bottom and I can't see any more of this, although it looks a little bit broken there. So I'm going to dig a little bit further in and see if there's anything underneath this, and then we'll get the camera in and have a look.
How are you getting on?
I think I've really disrupted the lavender roots as well.
That's that in there.
Right, look at these bits here.
Any more to put in? Oh yeah. Okay.
Look at those bits.
Okay.
And those bits.
Yep.
And that bit.
Okay.
And that bit.
Right.
And I've got one little thing down there which I think is still a little tiny bit of the root. I think that's an olive tree branch.
Yeah, I think you might be.
So what we've done, we've gone down, and this is the lavender root. You can see the lavender root here. And that's probably about 4 inches. So it's probably about 8 inches, about 20 centimetres down, maybe a little bit deeper. And I've gone all the way underneath it. And I can see this is lavender root here. That's woody lavender root. So that's the root from this plant. And I think that was a little bit left over from the burning, because this was the burning pile. And we think that this one here, which is a woody root, is probably, this one here is probably from an old
olive tree behind you.
Yeah, or it could have been from a vine or something. But we're going to mark this point here. But I don't know how long that's taken us, but imagine that thing over there, or 50 foot high, with the root system that's going down. If you leave it, you are absolutely drowned. So the plan here, once I've gone and cooled down and dried down, is that we're going to work from this bit here, and we're going to find the root structure, because the root structure, when we dig it out the first time, it was going up through the middle of the rocks. So I suggest that we start here, find the roots and follow the roots up, rather than go for the big one. Because if we can work our way back to the roots, because I'm pretty sure Aaron and I, there's some big holes here, which Aaron and I dug the root system out here. So this one was definitely, we dug this root out, but I think there's a root system that goes through the middle here, and you can see where it joins up. So we can move the rocks here and gradually work our way back towards this one. Then I think that's the best way to do it, because it spreads with the roots. So find the end of the root and work back. And it worked this way, because this one here is a big holes here where we dug it all out. So this one's fine. We didn't get around to this bit, so there's another root system in the middle.
I'm going to come this side.
Here.
Okay. Do you want to explain what's going on here?
Yeah, we've got this one out and we think the poison's worked on it and there's a couple of little bits of root left. But in here, look at that root there. And that one's going straight down, taproot. And it looks like there's another taproot here and a taproot there. So it might be a deep one that goes across here because we dug out a deep one that went across there. But the plants don't look that healthy. So maybe the poison did it well as well. But this one is a very deep one.
Would you like the towels there?
No, I'm all right at the moment.
You okay?
Ugh. Rats. Look at that, like.
Hang on. Yep. Yay! One big bit.
Oh. This one is deep. I wonder who gave it the name, the Tree of Heaven.
I wonder. Yeah, because it's really not. The only reason I can think it may be called that is because of the height it gets to so quickly. Maybe someone thought it was climbing up to heaven or something. But ridiculous name.
Yep.
doing there, Pete?
This is a bit like Aliens the film, where you got the mother alien. This one's the mother alien. And Sally poisoned some of it. And it obviously killed quite a lot of the root, but some new roots grown from the side that obviously wasn't poisoned. Yeah. So I'm trying to dig around it to expose what I can find, and then maybe try and get under the biggest bit, and then maybe poison the big bit again. And then leave it exposed for next year.
So we've done what we needed to do, as far as it can go. I'm doing the clothes because Pete's still a sweaty puddly mess from the heat yesterday. We shared the pain with you by showing you all of that video footage, because it really is a nightmare to get rid of this stuff. So we hope you've enjoyed the episode, even though you might have felt it is a bit painful with us. And if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We'd love it if you subscribed, and if you'd like to make any comments, please feel free, and we usually reply within 24 hours. Thank you.